Hi, in this video we are going to learn system of equations. The first method to solve any system of equation is elimination method. And on the right hand side I have given you a series of steps, and as always I'm going to explain all of these steps to you. So pay close attention. The first question we have here says find two numbers which add together to give 6 and the difference is 2. So let me repeat. It's saying find two numbers. It could be any two numbers. I do not know. Which add together to give me 6. And the same two numbers, when they are subtracted from each other, the difference is 2. Now let's think. We don't know what numbers are those. So that's why in mathematics we take an unknown as a variable, right? And variable means it varies, it can be anything. So those two numbers, we can say let the two unknown numbers be x and y. Now I'm using two different variables. The reason being, if I were to take both the variables as x, then hypothetically those two variables mean they are the same number. But I don't know, right? They have given me the quantity of the numbers as 2. So they could be different numbers. So I'm picking each number to be a different variable. In this case, x and y. Okay, so now that I have let the two numbers be x and y, now let's apply the rules or the conditions they have given us, right? The two numbers when added together give me 6. Okay, when x and y added together, they give me 6. And when they're subtracted from each other, they give me 2. So it's very crucial to number these equations so you keep track of how many equations you have. So let this be number 1 and let this be number 2. Okay. Now the fundamental understanding of elimination method is the word elimination. You have to eliminate one of the variable to find another variable. Now in this case, this is a simple example. I can either eliminate x or I can eliminate y. Okay, I can do both the methods to show you I can eliminate x and I can eliminate y, but in this case I'm going to show you the first one by eliminating x. Okay, so I have now numbered the equation, and I can eliminate x by subtracting equation 1 with equation 2. How does that make sense? Well, look at the coefficient of x in equation 1. We have a positive 1 here. The coefficient of x in equation 2 is also plus 1, right? What can you do to make it 0? Let's see. Plus 1x, take away plus 1x gives you 0. In this case you have eliminated x, so you no longer have x, right? Likewise, I am going to eliminate, and it's always important to let your reader know what you're doing. So step number 2, I'm going to subtract equation 2 from equation 1. Okay, so I will write it out like this: x plus y equals 6, x take away y equal 2, and I like to do it like a simple math operation. I'm going to put a subtract sign here, bracket. This negative or subtract sign is going to multiply in the bracket, so you need to take careful of the signs. And a negative sign here and bracket, so whatever number this is, it could be a positive or a negative number inside the bracket, and then I have a negative sign here. Okay, so if I subtract x with x, I'm going to have a 0 here. And now if I subtract y with a negative times a negative becomes positive, right? So you have a negative, take this as a negative 1 times a negative 1 will give you a positive 1, right? So if you have a negative 1 multiplying with a negative y, you're going to have what? You're going to have a positive y. So in this case, you have y, take away y, so this equation becomes like this. Y, take away y is going to give you what? Let's find out. Y, this multiplies in, becomes a plus y. This will give you 2y. Okay, so plus 2y. And then 6 take away 2, well, that's 4. And now we have, if we divide 2 on the other side, we have 4 over 2, and then y is equal to 2. Here's our solution to the first variable. Now we have found one of the unknown numbers. We have to find the other unknown number as well. And what should we do? Well, I've written here, in the third step, substitute a variable solution into any numbered equation in step 1 and solve. In step 1, you have numbered these equations. So now you can substitute this number into any of those equations. For simplicity, okay, this is not very hard to pick, but I'll pick equation number 2. So now I have x. Oh, by the way, you have to let your reader know what you're doing, right? So you're going to let's number this one as the equation number 3. Okay, now we are going to substitute, let me rewrite this. Now we're going to substitute the third equation into the second equation. Okay, and how this is going to be, wherever you see y in that equation, you replace it with the value. Okay, so x take away y equals to 2. Now if I want to plug this in, x take away y is also equivalent to 2, right? 2 is equal to 2. So this becomes x take away 2 equals to 2. Then if you take 2 to the other side, what do you have? 2 plus 2, your x becomes 4. Okay, and your final step is to write the solution in a box, just for the reader to know that, okay, you have compiled everything. So you have x is equal to 4 and your y is equal to 2. Okay, let me show you the second method is by eliminating y. Let me pick a different color. Let me pick the color blue. Okay, here let me put a dasher. Method 2, eliminate y. Okay, so we have the equation x plus y equals to 6 and x take away y equal to 2, right? We numbered this as 1, we numbered this as 2, right? Now how can we eliminate y? Well, this is fairly simple. You can visualize in front of you that we have a plus 1y and a takeaway or a negative 1y, right? And how can you make this 0? Well, if you add this together, right, this will cancel out. Plus 1 take away 1 will give you 0, right? So you can say that add the two equations, right? What you're going to have here, you have x plus y equals to 6 and a plus sign here, bracket, x take away y equals to a plus, bracket 2. What do you get? X plus x gives you 2x. Okay, y plus take away y is going to give you what? 0. What you have here, 6 plus 2, 8. So x is now 8 over 2. You have 4 here, so x is equals to 4. Isn't this the same as the previous solution? You can see, yeah, absolutely. Now that you have x is equal to 4, you can plug this into any of the equation. Let me plug it in 1. Okay, so the third step is to sub, let me number this as 3, equation number 3 into 1. So you have 4 plus y equals to 6. And y is equals to 6, take away 4, and y is equals to 2. So isn't this the same solution? Your x is equals to 4 and y is equal to 2. Alright, so we have now learned how we can do elimination method. Okay, and I have a few questions or examples here that I want you to try on your own, using the same principles of eliminations that we have just learned. On the right hand side you can see the steps. First one is to number the equations, then analyze the coefficient sign and determine if you want to add, subtract, or make an adjustment. And I will explain to you what I mean by adjustment shortly. The third step is substitute a variable solution into any numbered equation in step 1 and solve, and the final step is to write the final solution in a box. Now coming back to examples here, the first example, you see that the x terms are same. The only way I can eliminate is by subtraction, right? 2x take away 2x would give you 0, right? And this would eliminate the x variable. So that's how you can begin solving the first example. The second example, the x terms are different here. You have 3x and 5x. But for the y term, the signs are different. So how can I eliminate? I can eliminate the y terms by adding the two y terms together. So negative 2y plus 2y, what do you have? A 0. How about the third one? See, the x terms are different here as well. But the y terms, the signs are not different, they are the same. So do you think they can be eliminated? Yes, absolutely. By subtraction. Try it yourself. Okay, how about the fourth one? The x terms are different, 5x, 1x, but the y terms are same. We have 4y and 4y. This is simple. You can take this out simply by subtraction. Okay. Now number 5 is the hardest one out there. The x and y terms are totally different. You have 7x, 5x, you have minus 2x, minus 2y, 3y, right? So elimination here can be done, but not entirely. You need to do something which is called adjustment. And I will show you how you can do that in the next video. I will also give you the solution to these examples. You can try it on your own and see if you get to the final solution, which I have written here in green.